Well, I have an update. I got day 2, I got the helix pierced. It's called a helix and it's in the cartilage and I love it. So I wanted to get it. Because what I've always envisioned is when it's just a little thing, it's not really, that's not really my style. I'm a flamboyant sort of person and I wanted a feature ear, potentially with like a chain, like running through there, maybe a feather, because what I like is, I like that, part of me has got this man to it and part of it has got the feminine. Just like I was talking about yesterday, if you've been along, yin, yang. Basically, we talk about me, myself and I. I'm frazzled, by the way. I'm really frazzled. So this is gonna be the most frazzled conversation we've had. I'm all over the shop. Today is not, even though I'm like, yay, not a good day. Not a good day in terms of I am not clear at all. So I've basically screwed up majority of the week. I've had the bad news with the family. I've taken a fat burner, which made me feel anxious, which was very bad. I was gonna do this like 14 days, then we're gonna put in carbohydrates, not put in carbohydrates. I ate a bit more the day before. Yesterday, I ate even closer to maintenance. These 14 days, I was gonna be like, right, just these last 14 days. So putting that intensity on these 14 days has basically screwed everything. Here's the condition. The reality is this is the actual condition. This is the condition. We are in the final stretches. And what I've done is I'm doing too much. So got family health issues, real emotional stuff. Step 1. Step 2, still somewhere deep inside dealing with the breakup, right? But trying to put that to the side for the moment. 2, 3, getting the rig done as the priority. While hiring for YouTube, hiring for my other businesses, basically it's too much. And the business has issues and this has issues and I don't have the brain function with the deficit to be able to manage it all. And I'm creating systems everywhere and it's actually just created just a frazzle-dazzle everything. No good, no. So, we're gonna have a live conversation. I'm gonna work this out genuinely with you. So, I've set up the year in how I wanted it for the first time was I'm gonna prioritize things. That if I get these things done for the year, I will be proud of myself for the year. Number 1 was rig. Get it to a place where I am proud of it. Where my spirit embodies my physique. That's different for everybody. I always talk about it, right? For some people, it's like, I want to be huge. For some people, it's I want to be really lean and mobile and agile. For me, it's like a perfect muscular balance between like a yogic body. Like I need to be able to have mobility, finesse, a bit of femininity, but a bit of masculinity as well, right? So, and for me, I know exactly where that sits in my mind's eye. I know where that sits. That is a big thing for me around self-confidence because I was bullied a lot around my weight and a lot around my physique because they didn't bully me about the other stuff, right? So for me, that basically became one of my big core things that unleashes a larger level of self-confidence everywhere else. So what I looked at is I looked at prioritizing. If I get rig done, but I lose all my money, and there's no YouTube, and there's no social media, and am I still happy? The answer was yes. And I said, what if we have millions of subscribers on YouTube, but we don't have the rig? Are we happy? No. What if we've got #1 albums, because that's what we're trying to do, and we're performing all over the world, but we don't have the rig? Is that going to make me happy? No. What if I have all the money in the world? Like all my businesses are doing really well and I have all the money, but my rig is no. So #1 was the rig. That's how it got the top spot. Rig is number one. So ideally, if I was really, really honest, like if I was really, really honest with myself, I would just stop everything else, and just do the rig. I would just eat chicken, I would walk, continue walking, and I would just get it done. I would just get it done. Obviously, I need to recover, I need to sleep, so I'm kind of pushing it to the max, but at the same time, I would get it done really quickly. So that's how I need to think. However, life ain't that simple. I have other responsibilities. I have a team of staff. I have YouTube to launch. I have things that must be done. So YouTube is super important to me. So what I'm thinking is YouTube is super important to me, meaning for this month, I am going to, I think I've fried my brain by getting onto social media early. I've started getting onto social media. I'm feeling better about myself. I'm loving myself. And I'm like, let me just play with the algorithm, start understanding it and seeing how it operates and stuff. No. Until I'm ready to go all in, I shouldn't be touching it. Am I ready to go all in on YouTube? Absolutely. I'm here every day for now 4 months. I'm ready to go. I'm absolutely ready to go. I found the best editor. Just he's already 60 steps ahead. He's amazing. He's amazing, and I can't wait for you to see. Well, I mean, if you've been watching, you know he's amazing. I bet you by this, he's still here. He's still here. And if for anything, subscribe, like, comment for him, man, and share this to somebody, please. Please. What I've done is I've organized revenue share specifically for him as well, because reality is he's going to be running it and I want him to reap the rewards of it. And as we grow, I also potentially want to donate or set up a foundation where I know that money actually goes directly to something in need, not like something else. Like genuinely, that's what I want to do. So please, if you're getting value out of this and you're already watching it, just do the things, please. YouTube's important to me. If YouTube is super important to me, it is more important than TikToks, than Reels, than all these little things, than all these songs. Yet, am I ready to sing right now? Yeah, it's coming out of me. Yeah, I'm like, it's pouring out of me, but it's taking attention away from the rig. So I can do rig. I can focus on YouTube as the employee gets hired, and this is happening in 2 days. So in 2 days he starts. Rig, YouTube. And then I just need to manage my existing businesses. Manage them, not redesign them. I do not have the room to redesign them. I don't have the space to redesign them. I cannot redesign them. The OF, I have an employee. I can continue that. That's behind the scenes. That's something I'm committed to the people that are like, hey, I love you, I'm paying you, and I want to follow you, I want to support you, I want to help you, I just want to look at your body, I just want to get coaching programs, so I'm continuing that as well. That's it. What I've done is I've canceled my membership so we have a recovery center in our gym where you tan, you cold plunge, you do all that stuff. And realistically, I'm thinking about it too much. I'm like, oh, the sun's out today, maybe I'll tan. And I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll recover, it's taking too much of my brain space. So I've canceled that for the month. Rig is number one. So rig. When it comes to rig, no more umming, ahhing, guessing. We're going to move it to this carbs, to those carbs. I'm setting an exact limit. I'm setting an exactness. And that's enough to make sure that I've optimized for sleep. So I'm going to make sure that I have the carbohydrates at night. So I'm going to optimize for sleep. And I'm going to keep the same food, same thing every day until it's done. I estimate, and I ask two pro bodybuilders at our gym today where we're at today, I estimate between 14 and 16% body fat. Estimate. What that realistically means is from where I'm at now, about 6 to 7 kilos of fat off me is roughly my 7 to 8% body fat. Roughly. Give or take. Once we hit that, that is roughly where we're at. Then we can add stuff on top. We can then increase the carbohydrates. We can manage that calmly, nicely, cool, no issues. That'll be, step 2. But the idea is the leanness will be done. And then I'll be able to have brain function. I believe I'll be able to do that in about 3 to 4 weeks. I'm going to do the same thing every day. My brain is like, no, jump it up, carb cycle. No. Same thing every day because I need brain space. I cannot think about it. What I do there is I do the same pattern every day. Once I'm in a pattern, my brain stops thinking about it and it becomes second nature. Just pattern it. That's it. That's what I'm going to do there. That will take a couple of days to sort of build into its own pattern, and then it's a pattern, and then I'll get accustomed to how I feel every day, and that's kind of how I'm going to feel every day. And I'm going to work with that pattern, and that's where we're at. I am no longer going to post on social media, on the short form, on the pizzazz, we're not going to do that. When YouTube gets launched, we're cutting up YouTube into smaller clips, and those will get posted on social media because YouTube is really important to me. Because I've finally found the confidence or the ability to really give you my voice, the true me. And it's so scary for me to sit here and be like, well, algorithmically though, I can make this stuff look good, and I'm an artist, and I can sing, and I can make it dance, and this is really important to me because this makes a difference to people. The other one is almost like self-serving, and I'm basically being like, I'm like proud of myself where I'm at, and I'm like, look at me, look at me. And I can do that, but if nobody knows the story, you're not getting like how proud I am of me, and that I'm trying to say like, look, I can do this, you can do this. Instead, people are like, oh, well, people aren't like anything. I need to stop that. I need to stop posting on social media. Problem is, social media, great creative outlet. So my question mark is, I have this creative outlet, what do I do with my creative outlet? So if I do have time, and I do have a creative outlet, what is my actual mission? My actual mission is stadiums and singing. So my creative outlet will be to begin to write and produce my first song. There's no limits on it. There's no hard, I can not do any of it. I can just muck around with it. I can not have time to do that as well. I can have not the energy to do that. But if I'm feeling creative and I'm in a creative vibe, in a creative spirit, in a, and I've got the flavor, then that is what I do. That's all I can do. And my brain goes to like, no, you should go work on the businesses because, you can grow them and that's great. And I'm trying to detach myself from money, knowing that if I'm living my true version of myself, money will be taken care of, that's fine. I've been in this like money trap for a long time where it's like this scarcity mentality, like, but what if, but what if, but what if? I'm so sick of but what if. But what if, okay, what if, and then you're done. Okay, what if not? How about that? What if not? So that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at. I'm going to sort of finalize it a little bit more and get it a little more crystallized. But all in all, that feels very much correct to me. Ideally, I've got 2 people wanting to hire for my other businesses. Ideally, I only take one of them on. Ideally. But if I figure out a system and I have the time to do it, maybe I take both of them on. Like, I'm potentially okay with that. And that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at. So, from tomorrow, I set the same thing. Tomorrow we do a bit of a cleanup, so we just do like like old school diet, all my protein, and just do a lot of carbs, get rid of any processed food, anything out of my body. And then come Monday, we've got the same thing every day. Well, actually, no. I can already start the pattern tomorrow. I'm doing it right now. I can already start the pattern tomorrow. That is okay. Yeah, I'm going to start the pattern tomorrow. So the pattern will start already tomorrow. I'll begin the pattern. It'll be the one way. I will do it that way. And that is how it will be. It's optimized. It's perfect. It's intense enough. It's optimized for sleep. And it's the same thing every day until it's done. I've eliminated some things, which is good. I'm going to make sure that over the next 2 days, I plan out what will be done in my business, because as my brain function goes down, I need to be like, here is what's going on in the business and I can't question it. Like, here is what I'm doing for the business and I can't question it. This is all I'm doing for the business and I can't question it. So that's kind of it. That's where I need to sit. I can't really sit anywhere else. Yeah. Reminder, processed food, protein snacks again, just crap, man. Just crap. Also, with this piercing, the helix piercing takes apparently like 6 months to a year to heal if it doesn't get infected, and it can get infected because it's like a cartilage piercing. Cannot sleep on it. So that means for the next X amount of time, I'm sleeping on one side. Turns out really difficult. So every time I turned over in the night, I was like, oh. So I've had to buy a pillow with like holes in it. So therefore, now I'm going to be sleeping on a pillow with ear holes in it, hoping that it's not going to be in pain. But I love it, so, which is great. Second piercing, so not as scary as the first piercing. You know, I thought, so not as scary. Anxiety went up a little bit, and then I was like, nah, it's all right. I was just like, yep, let's go. Here we go. So that's where we're at. Feeling much, much better. But as I'm feeling much better, I feel like I have to lock in more again into the pain. More into the pain, and remind myself that for 34 years I've had this vision of what I wanted my rig to be, what I wanted my life to be. I wanted to self-love, and instead I hated myself and poured love into everybody else, and I need to focus on this month is about me. Like, life is about me, but this month is about me. This is me and getting what I said that I would get done to the degree that I wanted it to get done. For a lot of people, they could look at this and they could be like, wow, if I could look like you, that would be great. It's not about that. It's like I've had a vision for myself as an artist, as a person that roams the planet, and I haven't lived that vision because I've been too scared and listening to other people's opinions which don't have my vision for themselves. And it's not their issue. They've had a vision somewhere inside for their life that they've been focusing on their whole life. No one can see my vision. So I need to honor my vision. It's not my partner's responsibility to honor my vision, and I'll take that on the chin. It's not my partner's responsibility to see my vision. She has got her own vision to look after. That person has got their own vision to look after. I've got to look after mine now. So it's all in, it's consistent. And what I probably need to do is actually set out times as well. Like, when do I go to the gym? What do I do? When do I eat? When do I do this work? When do I do that work? When can I do creative work? I think I've got to actually, yeah, as I'm thinking about it, I've got to get more like, here is when I do that, here is when I do that, here is when I do that, done. Instead of like, oh, I'll just float a little bit through life. Right now, it's not a floaty time. Right now, the body's going to resist, that everything's going to resist potentially, or potentially it's going to be super easy. So right now, it's get it done, not float around. Simple. Bit direct today, but necessary. Hopefully you got some value out of it. You've experienced one of the biggest places where I always go wrong. And that's when I get really happy and like lots of results are happening. I take on way too much and then I drop all the balls. So I must do less. So today we plan out how to do less. Plan it, write it down, not allowed to question it. Plan it, write it down, not allowed to question it. That's the rules. Plan it, write it down, not allowed to question it. I like that. I like that. It's sensational. No, I genuinely, I love it. Guys, I love you very much. Have a beautiful rest of your day, wherever you are. I'll see you tomorrow.